Greetings, teachers, and welcome to the Music Teacher Mastermind Podcast. My name is Jaclyn Mrozek, and you can call me Jaci, and I will be your facilitator. And if you are listening in real time, then you are more than likely thinking about summer lessons, as I am. And so I am really incredibly excited to have the fabulous Dorla Aparicio. Oh, wait, you say it.
Aparicio.
Oh, it's so much better when you say it with me today. Welcome, Dorla. I'm so happy you're here.
Well, thank you, Jackie, for inviting me. I'm excited to be here too and talk about summer piano.
And you know what? When I emailed you to join, I didn't even know you were doing this summer book clubs. Well, we'll talk about
Summer piano club.
Yeah, not summer book club. Yes. Okay. So anyway, but before I jump into that, we should probably have you introduce yourself. So if you could just share a little bit about your background and your studio and all that good stuff.
Okay. So I'm originally from Costa Rica, and that's where I started learning piano. My teacher was from Trinidad, Tobago when I was 6 years old. Then we moved to Mexico when I was in college. My parents were professors at a university there, and that's where I did my undergraduate piano performance. Then we moved to Texas, and this is where I've been living since I graduated from college. So it's almost 40 years. And I did my master's here in Fort Worth at Texas Christian University. And then after teaching there for a while, I always had my studio, but it was like always part-time. But now that's all I do is teach piano. And I have my studio here in Cleburne, Texas. Usually I have about 40 students. And exciting thing is that now my son has graduated with his music degree, and he's teaching at my studio also.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'd never dreamed of that ever. I always thought he was going to do something else.
So is he fresh out of school then?
He is. He graduated just this past summer.
Well, congratulations to him and to you.
Thank you.
Now you have a really great teacher working under you, and you do all groups, right?
No, I do. Okay. I do have about 8 private students, and then everyone else is group. But my private students are only teenagers. You have to be 13 and up to be invited to private lessons.
Okay, so in your group lessons, you kind of have like a waiting list within them of students that you'll take as a private student. Is that kind of it?
Well, when they make it to the last book in our Piano Pyramid series, they're usually around 13. And so, or new students that want to come in, if they're teenagers already, then if I have an opening, yes, I'll invite them to be in a private lesson. If not, I only offer group.
Awesome. And then, so that kind of brings me to Piano Pyramid. So Piano Pyramid is your curriculum. Yes. And it's for multi-level group lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wouldn't mind kind of sharing a little bit about Piano Pyramid and what it is for those that might not be familiar.
Okay, so it's a group piano method, but it's multi-level, which means that you can combine from beginner, like, 0, up to early intermediate together. So it's ensemble based, which means all of our pieces it's a 5-part ensemble that you can mix any way you want. And it includes the theory, it includes evaluation or theory tests, and it goes in a linear way, which means that every set of books there's not going to be a progression going this way. You're always just staying in that level unless you are ready to make a change. If a student is ready for the next level, they can move, but everybody else doesn't have to, or they don't have to move to another class. They can just move to the next level, and you're still playing the same songs with everybody else.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, you can have like pretty much the same lesson plan for the whole week.
Yes.
It doesn't matter which class the student's in because you can adapt it.
And that's what I love to do. And then I'm the flexible piano teacher, because if they need to, they have a conflict with sports schedule, I just say, well, just come another day, because all of my classes are doing the same song. And I know that sounds weird for some teachers because it's like, that's too boring. No, it's not, because every class has different students. So it's a totally different environment for each class.
It really is. Yeah. So, Well, I love your piano pyramid. And so that's why I wanted to talk to you, because I know that you have summer piano camps already created. And then, like I was saying, I didn't even realize you were going to start this summer club, which is I'm doing it. I don't know which one I'm doing yet.
Okay.
But it's happening. So I'm really excited to talk to you because I'm going to be picking your brain today. But can you tell us a little bit about this summer piano club and maybe your camps too?
Okay. So let me tell you the difference between the camps and piano club. The summer piano camps are amazing. There's musical STEM, Flip the Lid, Under the Sea, Costa Rica, and they are a lot of work. They're amazing, but I always help to make the snacks. Like Under the Sea has amazing ideas for snacks that you get on Pinterest. And there's, manipulatives, outdoor play. Musical STEM has experiments, and it's amazing fun for the kids. But if I don't have that kind of help that I need, it's a lot of work for the teacher. And so as I lose the people that can help me, as in they move away, or like my mom's getting older, she doesn't have energy to do that anymore, then I'm like, I want to do something easier this summer. And we thought about having something that is complete, that you don't have to go out and get stuff. You probably can just use stuff that you have in your studio, like flashcards. We provide the flashcards in the piano club. And this is where the difference is, that the piano club has everything you need in it. And once you make the copies and laminate, if you want to, you're ready. If you're going to offer snacks, you can get that ready, or you can ask the kids bring your own snack, because it's a 2-hour program. Piano camps are also around 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So the difference is in the preparation. And we wanted to give the teachers an easy way to implement something in the summer, something that was fun for the kids, and especially to keep their piano skills going, or to begin to play the piano.
I'm wrapping my brain around this. It's just such a great idea, because you can even have students from your waiting list come and kind of check it out. There's so many ideas. You can bring a friend if you want, if you have room. There's so much marketing within this that you can do, because you're kind of stepping outside of the school year routine box, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then, so it's pretty much just like you just pull it out and you have the lesson plans ready to go.
The lesson plan is ready. It tells you how many minutes to spend. Well, an estimate what to spend in each part of the lesson. So one is music and sports, the other one is music and weather, and the other one is European composers. And they all follow the same model, as in we're working on circle of fifths, we're working on dynamics, we're working on rhythm, we're working on improvisation, and we are working on playing the piano. So there's going to be 3 ensembles that are included, and we call them snippets. And so we made them smaller so that the students can be successful during class. They don't have to go home and practice, so it can work. So everybody will be successful in class during our practice time in class. We can put it together. And if they like that piece, then they can learn the whole piece later. But those 3 snippets go with the theme. So music and sports, we have pickleball polka. We have a day at the arena for equestrianism. And then for weather, we have summer storm, we have rain, we have sky. And for European composers, we have Chopin, Beethoven, and Handel.
Very cool.
It includes also videos. Since we're there for 2 hours, we've given you a list of videos that will go with the theme for that day. And then you can just choose. You can watch all of them, or you can just watch one, depending on how much time you have. And then the games are also incorporated. And the game, that is where the students earn their stickers that we'll send you also.
Okay, so there's games included. I know that you can format it to be a camp, but I think you're not doing it that way, right? You're doing it where you're going to have weekly lessons.
Yes, I'm going to do weekly lessons, and I might do a 1-day camp. If you are a 45-minute student, you have to pick, I think, 7 different days to come. I don't care which ones. Here's the calendar, pick which days you're going to come. If you're a 60-minute student, you have to pick a certain amount of days. And so if there's a week you're not there, it's okay. It's okay. So I made it to where they're going to pay the same tuition like they normally do, but they can choose when to come. So
Beautiful.
one of the most important things is to get your calendar ready first. Know what you want, what's going to work with your schedule, and then offer that.
So you have the option of picking the weeks that you want to teach for the whole summer, and then the students can pick and choose according to their schedule when they can come. And you're going to be teaching the same lesson through the whole week. It's already prepared for you. You have everything that you need.
Mm-hmm. There's really 6 different ebooks. So for, let's say, music and weather, there's one for ages 4 to 8. And the lesson plan is different because that age group needs a different set of skills that we're working on. And then the multi-level that we were talking about, which is ages 8 and up. I'm doing it with my teenagers also. They're going to love to earn the stickers. I know it. Because right now we're doing stickers for our scales and they're like, Miss Dorla, can I have my sticker now? You know?
They do love their stickers. But you know what? My husband, I have noticed my husband loves his stickers. Okay. It's like a thing. Well, because he does like racing. He has his car and he goes to these racing events and their awards are stickers. And if you look at these cars, there's these grown men and they got their stickers so strategically placed. And I'm like, you know what?
Yes.
You're never too old for stickers.
Yes, I agree totally. And the stickers can be put in the certificate that we've included, or they can be put on their water bottle. Some people like to put them on the water bottle.
I do. I have.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I'm a walking wannabe teenager over here with my stickers. I love it. Okay, so let's say a student comes. It's piano day. Yay, here we are. Can you kind of walk us through what one of those lessons looks like?
Let me walk you through the little ones first. So they come into class, you have let's say you're doing ages 6 to 8. Some of them might have had piano, some of them have maybe not. The first thing we do is circle time, and there's going to be 3 different things we're going to do in that circle time. They're going to involve dancing or just movement and playing different instruments, or having like a concert time where you just sit back and listen or watch a concert, like 2 minutes long. So, and then after that, we go straight into learning our piano piece. So there's one piano piece for the 4 to 6-year-olds where they only use an open hand and their middle finger to play.
I love that. Okay.
And then there is another song for the 6 to 8-year-olds, and they're using all 5 fingers, or maybe 3, but we're working on that open hand relaxed, which is, they always want to be like this.
Yeah.
And
so technique right off the bat.
Right.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. So they learn that. We do in our Primitive Explorers class, we call it, is that we learn it first on paper with a paper keyboard and practice. And then I invite them all to come to my central piano and I show them how to play it on the piano. And then they each have a turn with me. Okay, I know that they all can play it, and we go back now, and we're going to do our activity sheet. That's included. Then we're going to have a snack. We're going to watch the video. It's time for the parents to come in. I include the parents if you want. I have the parents, and this is so important if they're new students, because the parents get a chance to come in and see what really goes on in the class. Like, this is just not babysitting at all. We're learning music. And so you go over the piano section where you taught them the song. You go over that part with the parents sitting at the piano with them. The cool thing about this age group is that you can also do it if you only have one piano.
That was going to be my next question.
Okay, see, I can read your mind.
You can, and I love it.
So if you divide your piano into 3 sections, you can have 3 students playing, or maybe just 2 at a time, whatever works for you. I wouldn't do more than 3 at a time, but say if you have 6 students, kind of like an ideal group. Some teachers like to do more, and that's fine. But you just know that you're going to have 3 with you at the piano. Others need to have something to do. And I know many teachers ask, what are they going to do? Well, you have to prepare that ahead of time. So we've given you one activity sheet, but once you see what it is, what the concepts, the musical concepts we're learning, I know you have other theory pages or blank pages that you can tell them to draw maybe the topic of the day, this weather. We're talking about rain today. You can draw just something to keep them focused while you work with these 3, and don't spend a lot of time with those 3. at the piano. Once you know they understand what to do, okay, now we switch places. And it worked really, really well also with one piano. You just have to be prepared for it. That's all.
Now, at this point, are the parents still in the room or have they skipped
So
out?
the parents only come in for the last 20 minutes.
Okay.
So you're going to do, 80 minutes? I can't add anymore. They're going to do an hour and 40 minutes with you. And then the last 20 minutes, the parents come in and you repeat the piano lesson so the parents can know what they've been learning.
I bet the parents really enjoy that. I've
They
noticed
do.
that parents that don't know the piano, they're
Mhm.
always so like, wow. And then when their
Yeah.
kids can do something, they're just like,
Yes.
that's amazing.
Yes. So true. Yes. Yes. They understand what it is they're doing to help them at home. And of course, for Summer Piano Club, we don't ask that they practice at home. I mean, it's summer, it's hard already. So that's why we want to create this environment where they're successful right away. And if the parent sees that, I mean, it's great. Now, and that would be the end of the 2 hours for the Explorer age, which would be 4 to 8. For the multi-level, which is 8 and above, the parents are not going to come in. The relationship with the parents now changes, as the kids get older. So we're going to invite the parents only on the last day, and we're going to, share what we've been learning. So if you're doing music and sports, we've learned 3 ensembles already. When they come into class, the first thing we do is work on the circle of fifths. At the piano, we're playing. We've added the scales for you, all the major keys, so they can learn the circle of fifths. That is also going to turn into one of our games, and it's one of the stickers they're going to earn.
Awesome.
Then,
so students, brand new, fresh students.
0.
The fifths.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's not, I don't need them to understand what it is. I need them to know the vocabulary, and I need them to understand that there's different keys that you can play in, and it's going to be the same pattern. So my very, very beginner, 0, they're playing the 5-finger scale. Okay, so just that pentascale, and their book has picture scales. So they can just look at the picture and know where to put their hands. After that, we learn the topic of the day. So we're learning, if it's pickleball, okay, you can choose from the history of pickleball. You can choose from rules for pickleball, just different things that we found on the videos for them to watch. Then we go into the game. So the first 40 minutes, we do circle of fifths, talk a little bit about the topic, and then we go straight into the game. Why? Because the game is where we learn the theory. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we call it a game, but really what we're doing is reviewing theory and just, forming teams and see who does this first. So if it's dynamics we're working on, then we have a game for that. Or if we're working on rhythm, then we have teams and we have the rhythm cards for you to work on. And then we'll have a snack. Then we'll have videos. Then we learn our song. Then we have practice time. And then we have our activity page to work on. Then at the end, the last 15 minutes is just to make sure everybody has completed everything they had to do, answer any questions, and then it's time to go. We have even included the invitations that you'll send home for the parents to come on the last day. And they'll come during the last 20 minutes of class. And that's where you will talk about the topic. So if the topic was European composers, you will talk about those 3 composers, what was important about them and the music that we are learning. Like we're doing Passacaglia and we're doing Fur-Elise, of course, and Chopin. So we have very interesting things to talk about them. You can show a video if you want. We have an infographic to share to have a discussion. And those 20 minutes are up. After the kids play, they can also share their improvisation. Because we're going to be improvising. They have a special topic that they have to improvise on, whether it be black keys or white keys or a minor key. So I think we've included everything for you so you can have a well-rounded summer lesson plan.
It sounds fantastic. I mean, it really does. And you know what?
Thank
I'm
you.
thinking too, that you're creating such a community.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think a lot of parents see that in piano lessons for their students.
Right.
Yeah.
Just that recital.
Yes. Yep.
Recital is the only way where we see everybody. You know, this past semester, I was only able to teach private lessons. So all of my older teens that had been in group together hadn't seen each other. So when we had our December recital, they were all there together, taking pictures, acting silly. And it was so much fun to see, you know, like it wasn't like, okay, just come and go and play. They're like, yeah, we know each other. You know, I love what you played, and let's take a silly picture over here. And it was really,
And
really, really nice.
that changes so much for the whole
Mm-hmm.
atmosphere, you know?
Yes.
Like I've had some recitals where people come in and they sit there and it's all quiet and it's tense
Mm-hmm.
and I'm overly friendly because I'm trying to get everybody up and they're all sitting there like, you know, silent. And when they do get to know each other, it's completely different. Because I've had
Yes.
some recitals where I'm kind of like, okay, stop talking. We're getting
Yes.
started. But I would much
Yes.
rather it be that way than the opposite way. So what a great
Definitely.
story. Yeah, that had to make your heart really happy to see that.
Yes, it was. It was just lovely. I loved it. Loved it. Loved it.
All right, now, and these are already available on your website. And once you buy one of them, you have it, and it's a studio license. Am I right?
Yes, it is a studio license. I like to have things that I can repeat over and over again. Like our piano pyramid curriculum goes for 3 years. I've already used it 3 years and started over again. I'm on my 5th year. And I love it because my students are like, I remember that song, but I used to play a different level. I'm at a higher level now. And it's so encouraging for them to be able to do that. So the same thing would be with our summer piano club, even our summer piano camps. But with the summer piano club, we only have a snippet of the piece, so it's shorter, remember? So we can have success right away. Yeah, you can use it over and over again. We have 3 different topics. So you can just use one this year, or you can use all 3 if you're doing, you know, different months. It's yours for your studio for forever.
So we can do this in a variety of ways. I'm thinking out loud because I'm thinking about my summer because I've had my summer down to an art, man. I mean, for
Mm-hmm.
years, and I've been very happy with it. My studio's been very happy with it. And this summer is looking completely different. And
Oh.
I'm thinking, what am I going to do? And I've
Mm-hmm.
had people asking me, you know, like, what are we going to do? And I think they're just assuming we're doing the same thing as we've always done. So now I'm thinking, okay, how do I want to structure this? This is so great because it's very versatile because I can make it fit for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you how many summers I've had where I've felt resentful because I feel like I'm busier in my summer than I am in my school year.
Yes.
And it should not be that way.
Correct. I agree totally.
And it's music, it's piano, you know, it's like, let's just enjoy it. So
yes.
I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for you and Mindy. So, and we haven't mentioned Mindy. So Mindy, and how do you say her last name?
Rawlinson.
Oh, she's got an easy last name. Okay, Rawlinson.
Yes.
She's really helpful with this as well, right?
She has, we've only been working like a year together and we've been able to produce so much. So yeah, Mindy and I both are the ones creating this summer piano club. And she has written a lot of the music and she does a lot of the typesetting for me because I hate doing that part of the music. Yeah, a lot of teamwork. And then I don't know if you met Delise at NCKP. She was at my booth. The 3 of us we work together. And then Mindy writes a lot of the songs. And we decided to make this so it would be just really easy. I mean, she's very excited about it too, because she was also feeling, well, she doesn't really teach a lot in the summer, but now with creating, she's like, yeah, I'm going to teach a few days, you know, because I can, but I can make my own schedule. And it's very flexible. One other way to do it is a 1-day camp.
Yes, that's what I was going to. Okay, so let's talk about how a 1-day camp would be. That would be, how many hours would that be?
Okay. I would do 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay.
4 hours. And you don't use all the materials. So I would do all the songs. There's 3 songs we're learning. We would learn those one each day. That gives us a day to put them together and to do a presentation for the parents if we want to.
So you're talking I'm sorry, you're talking 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Is that what you're talking?
No, I'm talking a 1 day.
Just 1 day period, like we're done.
1 day, yeah. And you
Oh,
come for
wow.
4 hours, yeah.
Yeah, because if you only teach like 4 lessons for the summer, you've now got, well, I mean, really, I
Covered.
guess yeah, especially if you do half-hour lessons, that's like 8 lessons in one.
Correct.
Okay,
So
I'm
you
getting
can
it now.
decide, you do your numbers and see what you want to do. I do 4 hours because I mixed all my 8-year-olds on up together. I had like 14 in a class, and we worked on 4 hours, and then they didn't have to come back.
Wow. And you can
And
still charge your monthly tuition if they
yes,
want. So do you
yes.
ever give them a choice like, here's your summer camp price, but you can
Mhm.
also break it up into 3 payments, like June, July, and August?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I always do that. They always can pay monthly because
Yeah.
it's automatically drawn, and I don't have problems with parents not paying
So
me.
that still gives a way for teachers to get monthly tuition instead of just,
Correct.
because one year I let them choose like between like packages,
Hmm.
and I wasn't anticipating all of them choosing a
Oh,
4 week package, which covered 1 month for me. And I was like, well, this is the worst thing I've ever done. I learned my lesson. But this is beautiful because then they can see it like, oh, okay, I am getting everything I paid for, even though the students aren't coming to lessons this month. Like,
right.
so it really helps your argument
Yes.
of those payments. I
Also, I
love.
give them things to do while they're not coming to the studio. If they don't
Okay.
do them, that's up to the parents. But I've
Okay.
given you 4 hours of teaching. They know what they have to practice. And I've given you additional theory pages that they can work on at home. They can call me up or send me videos or whatever, when they're not here. But I give them the choice of, you want to come once a week or you want to do a 1 day camp. And most
Awesome.
of them choose the 1 day camp.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
summer. It's
Yes.
crazy. Oh,
Yes.
I love this. Well, Dorla, oh my goodness, there's even more that I could talk to you about, but I know we're kind of pushing on the time, but this is really fascinating. So if somebody, hopefully people are as excited about it as I am, if they want to find these or find
Mhm.
you, what is the best way for them to connect?
Pianopyramid.com. As soon as you get there, it says shop for ensembles, and you just go, that takes you to the store, and you'll see, it says for summer, and you'll see all of our summer piano clubs and our summer camps there.
Okay, well, Dorla, thank you. I'm so grateful that you were here. And I will put all that good stuff in the show notes, and I will keep you posted on what I decide to do too, just because
Cool.
I'll just have to
And
share it
if
with
you
you.
have questions, just email me. I'm happy to answer.
Thank you, Dorla.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.